Van der Westhuizen, the prober. Jacques Lefevre hasn't had a touch. And it's Tim Kelleher who has to get back. Tim Kelleher, who is normally a fullback and playing in David Campese's place. Jacques Lefevre, number 11, the South African winger.
Well, it's a tremendous kick from Joost van der Westhuizen with his left boot. Can't get it better than that. 1 yard from the try line.
And that's Northern Transvaal. Kleiner Otto going in for the try. He read it very well. There was a little bit of a mix-up between the New South Wales line-out forwards. They came into the short line-out very quickly. Kleiner Otto read it beautifully and just had to fall over that long 2-meter frame. Just had to fall over for the try. Controlling the ball beautifully, snap hands by Sam Payne, the long ball there out to Matt Burke, and this will be a 5-pointer for New South Wales, unless Andre Snyman rather, but it's a beautifully worked try for Tim Kelleher. This was really tremendous play. Watch how they skipped out the centres. Matt Burke came thundering through, timed his pass to perfection. Andre Snyman got across very quickly. That was the correct tackle, but Tim Kelleher had enough room and enough leg to be able to force over. Made the initial tackle. He really hung off to make that one on Scott Bowen. Van Schalkwyk is now tied up in the maul. Sam Payne tries to thrust through. Sam Payne has gone through, and that's going to be 7 points to New South Wales, and it's going to put them in the lead. So for the first time in the game, New South Wales go into the lead. Watch how Sam Payne sizes up his opportunities here. He threw Joost van der Westhuizen onto the wrong foot with a bit of deft footwork of his own. But it was tremendous lead-up play, started by the real thorn in Northern Transvaal's flesh, Richard Toms. Northern Transvaal now in their weakness. They have to be careful here. This is Van Schalkwyk. Where is the support? It comes in the form of Joost van der Westhuizen, and then it's F.R. Mouden. F.R. Mouden going for the line, and he thunders it over the whitewash.
Well, it's jubilation here.
Here we see it again. Now watch this little break by Van Schalkwyk. He got on the inside of the cover defence, kept the ball alive brilliantly. Van der Westhuizen, both in attack and defence, his play is brilliant. Desperate defence there by the New South Welshman.
Here we go. Tyrone Mandrusiak. Straight back to Zinzanbroek. And John Eales supporting the fullback. Mandrusiak back in the play. Eales follows. Mandrusiak, the ball coming down inside the 22. Here's a great chance for the Reds. Overlap. Morgan!
This a beautiful kick, and all the pressure came. Kefu, Eales had bobbed up. The ball goes wide. It looked like it was going to be mishandled. And here Morgan, get into the game earlier, son.
At the back there is Michael Jones. This is Brooke. Elton Flatley underneath. Good line for Auckland here. In close is Jones again, wearing the number 7 jumper, playing open side flanker tonight. Clark. Great work here. Cashmore and Vindiri must score. What a reply from Auckland.
The extra man in Cashmore, the dummy by Stenson. A man outside Daniel Herbert that just didn't know where he came from. And then it was about numbers, and Joe Vindiri equals.
Johnston now to Flatley. Little, the loop from Flatley, Herbert, Mandrusiak and Smith. Vindiri is a flyer. Tune, great handling from Mandrusiak. Centimetres out. Is he held up? He is. Morgan wrestled away by Fremont, but they got the rebound, the Reds. Herbert caught by Jones. Tackle was suspiciously high. Play on. Morgan again, overlap. Another one. Smith.
But he had great support outside there with Smith. There's Garrick there. He does hesitate. He's not quite sure. But he gave it to Smith, and Smith just strides over that line.
Hands out, hands out. Michael Jones trying to pilfer. Flatley. Herbert. Morgan skirting wide again. Foley's outside. What a dummy. Big Garrick. Herbert again. 15 metres out. Here they go. Flatley to Little. Good defence. Flatley back there. He accelerates. Overlap again for Kefu. Unbelievable stuff from the Reds.
Tudai Kefu left out of the game when Damien Smith was sent for the field. He had to go off and sacrifice himself.
So Spencer goes high. Good work there by Garrick Morgan. Well, if Queensland had played this way against ACT, it may well have been a different story last week. But the lesson has been learnt. This is Daly. Careering over halfway. Auckland rattled at the moment. Kefu, the youngster who's still eligible for the under-21 ranks. Herbert and Smith. Caught by Stensness. Little. Look at the men out wide. Herbert. Auckland hold on. Another one. Jason Little.
Little expressing himself. Morgan again involving himself. Forwards and backs combining. Thoughtful interchange of passing. There Daniel Herbert holding it up. Little came again in support.
25 metres out. Let's see what Auckland can do here with the ball in hand. Little just couldn't soccer at Smith. Eels. Knocked back by Auckland. Tonu'u forced over the goal line. Well, another try here would just about bury this Auckland side, no matter how good they are, Chris. Here's Johnson. Quick hands to Smith. Yes, another one. It looked to be Connors. Auckland has no answer. The rain has stopped here. Can Auckland get the possession? Tonu'u with a long clearance to Stensness. He knocks it back. Clark. They don't want it. Eels. Queensland does. Smith. Back it goes now for Little. Yes. The referee says forward pass. Jason Little in disbelief. The crowd hasn't seen it. Well, Auckland has suffered a major letdown here tonight against this Queensland side that has been in superb touch. Another mistake, this time from Vindiri. Tune! Yes!
Absolute delight here. Look at the ball go loose. Herbert picked it up and he knew to move it quickly. Tune got it. Watch him point to the mates on the hill.
Back to Spencer. Stensness. Cashmore threw a wild pass back to Lomu. Queensland go through Kefu. Auckland appear disinterested at the moment, and there's a huge overlap. Morgan. It has to be another try. Big Garrick.
And the crowd went wild on the hill when Garrick came and brought that under the posts. The crowd has certainly been pleased tonight with a fantastic performance by the Reds.
And won't Garrick live on that time that he beat Channel Lomu with ball in hand?
That's Brain. He's come on as a replacement for Robin Brook. Tonu'u back to Vindiri. Well, they're trying to play rugby league. He's coughed it up. Here's Carosa. And Herbert. Oh, there was one man in front and two Reds in support. 22-metre line. Spencer. Clark and Spencer on the loop. Cashmore to Vindiri. Clark again. It's only 12 metres out. Auckland looking for their second try. Fromont. Queensland have stolen the ball through Mandrusiak.
Play the ball.
Now they cough it up. Is that Olo Brown? And the try is awarded.
Yeah, Chris, if you can see in this ruck here, a lot of the Queenslanders came in the easy side and didn't go around and block off the far side.
That Auckland foot in there, kicking it out of the way. You're not able to continue to kick at the ball when you're off your feet.
There's a big line out here. Larson out wide, the little dummy. Great tackle on Blair Larson. And good defence too by Murdoch, who kept Berryman out of the play. Turner, this is a great passage of play, this for the Chiefs. They'll come back this way, and there's an enormous numbers out here. But they don't need them out there because Ian Jones has gone right up the middle. Good scrum win this for the Chiefs. Berryman and going, doubling outside rush. But Berryman couldn't free the ball, and in fact he's lost it. Oh, Ian Jones, 35 metres run. Osborne, great tackling by the Blues. Jones in support scores his second try of the day. Bunce with one of those elusive little runs of his. Monkley, who's another player of the day contender. Berryman, who's been an entertainer all day. Gee, gets involved in a lot of play, Norm Berryman. Oh, this is training field stuff from the Chiefs. This is the sort of stuff they do on Thursday night. And Ian Jones with a hat-trick.
Now ACT, a adventurous play by them. Hardy, the long kick ahead. Now Rousseau, he loves to run from the back. Fanukitau is up there, then he's feeding the change in the direction. This is Dion O'Kinnigan. O'Kinnigan, South African Sevens player. He's got tremendous strides. Larkham made a great tackle on him. Viljoen, Stransky. See how far he has to pass it. Beautifully controlled by Rousseau. Rousseau gets it on the inside. Floxillier, the whole of Carnarvon must be going mad. Well, this game has certainly come alive, Skull, because we see this long throw from Stransky, beautifully controlled by Rousseau. Look at the little switch by Floxillier. It was almost like a basketball pass. Brilliant by Peter Rousseau, and great running off the ball by Floxillier. They're good to take by Srini at the line out. They're really timing between him and Caputo then was very good. Caputo, but look at this is Johan Kapp! And now the whole of the South African police force must be going mad.
But that was a great steal and run. Look at Gregan trying again one of those match-winning tackles like he did against Jeff Wilson, but the power just a little bit too much there from Johan Kapp.
Louis Blom went high, but a good take by the Brumbies. It was a lovely pass from Gregan. Roth, Larkham in the perfect position at the right time. Peter Rousseau's in front of him. Justin Swart has a lot of work to do here. Now can Justin Swart out-sprint Larkham? Yes, he can. Now can he out-sprint the rest of the mob? Yes, he can. He's still going. Now he needs to hook it inside. And there's a thunderous tackle on him. And the Province guys are terribly upset with that. What does the referee say? Late tackle. Finnegan's the man. The number 8 Finnegan. I think he could be in a little bit of trouble here. He jumped up now. Was that... You know, he was jumping up to block the kick, and that's the second time he's done something like that. And I think he's sending him off. I think he's actually sent him off the field. Fanukitau gets it down. Now a chance again for Howard. He did this against South Africa for Queensland with great effect. This should be a good ball. Fanukitau takes it on, and now Noriega. Noriega drives over the line.
As we see this great move, the run around coming through the middle. Dion O'Kinnigan just being brushed aside. He makes up ground after Robbie Brink held up Howard there long enough, but just watch that. Noriega comes through.
Fissa came in from the side there. O'Kinnigan coming away with it. This is Jochi Viljoen, gets it on the inside to bring to Cap. Dion O'Kinnigan. Oh, good play there to get it back to Viljoen. And now a chance for Tox van der Linde. Once again, it's desperate defence. Nico Wagner in the scrum half position. A chance here for Peter Rousseau. Now Justin Swart and Peter Rousseau coming through. The referee says he's waiting for advantage, and there's a try!
Great comeback here by Western Province. 3-4 times in that movement. We nearly thought that it would go dead. There was no knock-on. Justin Swart with 2 great jinks on the inside. The bump around, Peter Rousseau picks it up again. Now the pass back to Rhys Botha, and he corkscrews himself over the try line.
Now this is a real job for the Aucklanders to tidy this up. They've done it well. Stensness with the chip and chase down the touchline. Burke has some trouble securing the ball that's bouncing around. Eckert feeds Bowen. Now they've got numbers out here, have the New South Welshman. Murdoch is the man on Cashmore. He's outside Cashmore, and Alistair Murdoch will get the opening try of the day's play. Great running that from Alistair Murdoch. Fitzpatrick finds Fromond in the middle, and then it's tidied up by Rickerman, but Bryle breaks away from him. He robbed Tonu'u, feeds it to Manu, try! Oh, the Auckland Blues haven't woken up. They haven't realised this game is underway, but it's 7 minutes old, and they're down by 12 points to 0. Now Tonu'u makes the break, finds support from Jones, who bounces off one tackle and makes another couple of metres. Try to the Auckland Blues. Who's going to come up with this one? Olo Brown. The referee sounding a bit like a sheepdog trainer with a lot of stays. Well, they haven't stayed because Cashmore has broken clear and set Vinderi into space. Now there's only a cover defender coming across. Joeli Vinderi, 60-metre run for Joeli Vinderi, and he goes and scores a wonderful try. And he can thank Adrian Cashmore for making the break for him. Great try, Joeli Vinderi. Well, they screwed that one to the Blues, but they didn't screw it quite through the 90, and they've really made an attacking charge here. This is their last chance in this half. They'll want to convert it into points, I know. Now here's Cashmore hitting the line with 15 metres to go. Vinderi scores. Good try, the Auckland Blues. They constructed that right over on the right-hand side of the field, brought it back left. All this man had to do was catch and run at the end of it, because all the hard work had been done inside him, and the Blues catch right up on the stroke of half-time. They're getting into a scoring position, the Hurricanes. Now they'll be looking for points. Mike Russell with a wonderful bandage on his head. They're driving this all the way to the goal line, over the goal line, and a try. Now the forwards charge ahead. Carl Williams. Gee, there's some commitment in that Wellington forward pack. Little just about came up with an intercept. The referee's playing an advantage, and I think they've got it. Yes, they have. Cullen's in space. Comes to the fullback and goes down. Great run from Dallas Seymour. Now he's up on his feet again and might get involved yet again. Now the cross kick, there's nobody home. It's a deep in goal area, remember? Umaga, no! He's missed it! He gets it now! Yeremia. Cullen with a bit of space, and he's got some way on. Talia, that's a lovely running style. Anglesey almost had him. O'Halloran will score. That's a lovely try to the Wellington Hurricanes. Jason O'Halloran, the man who gets it. And I think that's why Caddo's semi-final chances just about done. Well, they've won some more line-out ball through Jones. Milton going, feeds Rush. Now, Rush has made a bust. Almost. Play on, says the referee.
Used to come off a Wellington hand as he offloaded it.
And the ball's come the Wellington way. Talia feeds Cullen. Cullen with speed again. Crab almost gets him. He tiptoes down the touchline, puts a foot in touch.
Otago's forwards getting there slowly. Now Basham to Leslie. Could be a chance here. Tane Randall's out wide. Away for Wilson, and Jeff Wilson has the first try of the afternoon.
Wasn't that beautifully done by Tane Randall? An absolute touch of class there. You'll see it in replay, but well moved by Otago. The first phase, of course, the passes were a bit high, a bit lobby, but the last section there was beautiful.
A bit slow to get there, the Otago forwards, but they make it. Now Basham. Wilson. Lima. Brian Lima.
Oh, what a magnificent effort.
No, the flag's up. It's easy to exploit the blindside when you've got a player like Paul Henderson, who's effectively playing on the blindside flank today.
Oh, great support play by Concord.
Here's the Otago style. Just keep it moving. To Ubainga.
Look at that pass.
Tukaki honing in.
Wow,
Now Wilson.
what a beautiful try.
Wilson.
Oh, magnificent.
Magnificent try. His second for Jeff Wilson.
Well, no, it was a glorious executed try, wasn't it? Both sides of the field using all of the field they possibly could.
Gardner heads off down the blind side. Support from Blackadder. They're inside the 22, Highlanders territory. They could do with some points, the Crusaders, to get themselves back into this game. Beautiful! Alatini under the bar. They've got the points they wanted. Classic move. Maya Hoffler to Alatini.
Beautiful ball cleared. Andy Miller moving it on. Mayhofer doing the damage and making the ball available through the tackle and holding the ball out in front.
Okay, I've got it. Now blindside. Chance here. Tukaki. Marshall's inside. Gardner to Miller. Marshall again.
Yes. Well, that was a determined effort by Marshall, wasn't it? He figured out what, twice, Grant, was it? Here it is, Tukaki taking the hole beautifully. Back to Marshall, well held by Tane Randall. And Marshall, look at Marshall getting up off his feet to catch the ball again and being driven over by, is it Norman Maxwell? This is the human battering ram move.
Now they go, and over. Let's have a look.
You just about
Yes,
have
he's
to
got
run
it.
wouldn't you? Richard Lowe, I think.
If it's not Richard Lowe, it'll be somebody right wrapped around Richard Lowe.
But it's Richard Lowe. I mean, those sort of moves are man-made, aren't they?
Again, Natal move it away from the wall. This is Wayne Farvey. Can he find some support? Beautiful tackle by Horan. And taken on now by Adrian Garvey. They're about 7-8 metres from the Queensland line. Dick Muir holds on well in the tackle. Still Natal pound away. This is Andre Yabert. Andre Yabert sold the dummy to James Small, and he gets the touchdown.
That's a masterpiece of a try from Andre Hubert.
A brilliant little dummy run by James Small. Stopped the Reds dead in their tracks. Carrozza was sucked in, and Andre Hubert has the pace to round him. Queensland haven't had a big enough supply of the ball, but now John Eales is loose and away, and he's got David Wilson with him. Good tackle by Puck. This is good for Queensland. Tafu couldn't find anybody, got to his feet very quickly and well. Good tackle by Vickers van Heeren. Eales, the man who started it all. Johnson, and now chance for the Queensland backs to run wide. Daniel Herbert did brilliantly. The crowd is screaming tackle, but Horan will get in for the try. That's a brilliant bit of play by the Reds international players.
Here's the initial break from Eales. Lovely running on his inside from Wilson, and then Kefu, just as he was mentioning, just ran out of people to pass to, but didn't panic. And now, as the ball is presented, you'll see how quickly it goes down the back line. Horan is up from fullback to make the extra man, and he had a man on his shoulder. You see James Small came in, he was the last line of defence, and that's a good try.
To make the players must be absolutely exhausted by now. Horan, honey ball. Horan makes the tackle himself. Small is there, so is Garvey. Great play by the Natal front ranker. Pat, nobody at home in the fullback position. Cabos van der Westhuizen will give chase. And now the Reds come back at them. Dick Muir makes the tackle. The tackle player didn't release the ball, going over on the wrong side, says the referee.
Went over the ball on the wrong side.
Well, Cabos van der Westhuizen is not happy, but the crowd are delighted because this kick is right in front of the post. You could hear what Jason Little thought of that decision from referee Henning, but it really was a staggering passage of play. You notice the number of little chip kicks over the top because of the players coming up. Well, this is the incident where Cabos van der Westhuizen got injured. We'll see Ben Tune is the man with the ball.
The crowd burst into song. They did this last week against Transvaal, and they have reason to celebrate once again. Henry Honeyball has a sitter, and now Natal moving to the 6-point lead. Once again, it's demonstrated how tough it is for all sides to play away from home and mix up domestically. David Wilson is going to beat it off, and it's Jason Little. Can you believe it? It's unbelievable that the Reds have pulled the game out of the bag.
Here's Sam Payne, the man who beat him for the spots. Great burst by the scrum half. Waratah's taken on here. That's Talbot over the line. Was the referee? Yes. He appeared to be unsighted, but saw that white leather ball was over the goal line, and it all started with a little scrum half.
Payne skips through some pretty flimsy defence here, gets past Preston. Watch Harry and the New South Wales forwards coming in support. Harry driving low, spins around, gets Warwick Ward to push him through across the line. That's a try.
Michael Bryle, great defence there. Tier number 7. Mike Bell does well. Now it's Campese. What a run that was, and what a pass! Another try! Alistair Murdoch.
He saw the line, he just went, pinned the ears back. Pass out to Toms. Murdoch, he's scored a lot for the New South Wales side this year.
38 metres out from the Waratah goal line. Here comes Cullen. This is danger. Christian Cullen, what a step. Burke the tackler. Didn't put him on the ground.
Let it go, Blue.
That's the goal line ahead. Wellington has a big line. Williams, New South Wales, holding on desperately here. Mannix, O'Halloran, Umaga.
Still the forwards came. The Hurricanes were there in numbers. Win the ball and just watch out wide as Jason O'Halloran drifts wide. Then hit beautifully by Umaga on the inside. Still building up. Watch, reformed as the back line. Great work. Under the post.
Even battle in the lineouts. Bryle. Manu. Gets support inside from Damoni. Payne. 5 metres out. That's Bell. Payne back at scrum half to Bowen. This is Toms. Bowen on the loop to Burke, and Campese must score.
Payne's having a terrific game too. Really great judgment out there. Beautiful work by Richard Toms. David Campese, what an easy try for him.
Bowen, Toms, Burke, Matthew Burke, Campese, number 2. What a try for Jason Mads.
And there he hits the line, pins back the ears. He's beaten all the defence, he's drawn them all. Campese, the Hail Mary over the top.
Just inside the 22. Mannix, Iremia, O'Halloran on the loop. Cullen ran into a man, he's Campese and Talia. And the try has been awarded.
Fantastic work by the Hurricanes here. They hit it up in the forwards and then moved it wide. The squeeze in behind, the race for it. You watch, Talia hardly appears to have got downward pressure. That's why Campese got up and sprinted for the ball.
This is Cullen. 3 New South Wales defenders to wrap him up. They've really watched him very closely, but he's still being very slippery. Now the Waratahs can do something with the ball here. Campese with no fullback there has put it into space. Burke, soccer skills, try!
One of the fastest players in New South Wales backline, and Campese, what a smart player he is. Perfectly weighted kick across there. And Matthew Burke finishes off with terrific soccer skills.
Can Wellington hold them out here? I don't think so. Campese. Great defence, but for how long? Knock back. Coming back again. There's an overlap. Murdoch. No problems.
It looked as though they were running out of backline options, but filling in was Bryle, who's had a great link game tonight. Murdoch knew he had his man Carl Williams on the outside.
Wellington have it. Here's Cullen. Bit of room here. He's through. What a bust here by Christian Cullen. Plenty of support, and what a dummy. Absolutely magnificent. Length of the field stuff. What a touch.
He starts here, he looks across, they're away. Gets outside first, cuts back inside Matthew Burke, leaves the other defenders flat-footed. Burke comes after him and gets pulled back. Look at Cullen. He's gone the full length of the field, beating Murdoch. Great try.
Coventry comes in. Clever ploy, that one. O'Halloran. This is Mats. Talbot with a paddle. Murdoch pins his ears back. And a big fend. Kelleher's with him. Murdoch, number 3.
Great skills by Talbot to set him on his way. Watch this run. Gets the ball, gets the fend going. And bang, he's a big man, gets across there.
Johnson just looking for an opening. Eels comes in support. Now Johnson getting it away to Wilson. Good tackle by Combrink. And Claude Connolly taking it over. Cannon taking it over. Right up to the Transvaal 22-metre line. Johnson again. This is Flatley, Horan. Eels. Look at the combination of the Reds players. They keep the ball going so well. Flatley. Deft little touch there back to Tim Horan as it is to Jason Little. They know one another so well. Into Transvaal 22-metre territory. Johnson, well tackled by Pienaar, but it's taken on by Kefu. Now Garrick Morgan. This is good for Queensland. Connors. Oh, and he just got brought down short of the line.
A more steady scrum.
Connors to Johnson. That's good defence by Transvaal. But Tune gets the touchdown. Connors working well at the back of the scrum. Johnson is just quick as lightning. Horan keeps the ball alive brilliantly, and Tune has to just finish it off. Johnson is a real thorn in the flesh as he goes on his own. As Johnson screamed away, he had the room there, and Transvaal will not be happy with that bit of defence. Roux popping it up again. Johan Leroux going at the line. Can they get through it? Desperate on the inside. Good catch by Gavin Johnson. Another penalty to Transvaal. They'll want to run this one again quickly. And now Dalton and Roux getting in a bit of a mix-up. Dalton nearly bumping his mate over the goal line. McDonald, the pass quickly there from to Horman. Now Peter Hendricks. Can he get away from the cover? Can he get it down? Hendricks got the touchdown.
Here we see a loose scrum. Philip Scudder going in. Ian McDonald playing scrum off. He plays it wide. Great take by Joe Gillingham. He skips Gavin Lawless. Andre Hillman in the back line. Peter Hendricks shrugs off the first man. Strong player. A second man, and he just keeps on. He scored a great try.
Lawless. But perhaps a little bit too far by Andre Hillman. Now it's Cannon who can charge at the Transvaalers. Andre Hillman went across to make a good tackle. Johnson, Flatty, now Little again. Good tackle in midfield once again by the Transvaalers. David Wilson in there very quickly. Somebody's hurt, somebody's badly hurt. It looks like it's Francois Pienaar. Meanwhile, it looks like Jason Little has gone off. He's got a cut above the head. Brett Johnson, who's been a thorn in the flesh of Transvaal all day, and has done it again. Timmy Horan gets in for the try, and Johnson is the man who set it up once more. Well, I think the Transvaal players caught a nap in there. Brett Johnson is congratulated by his captain. It was a brilliant break. You see how he once again gets away from the cover defence. Probably reading very well that Francois Pienaar wasn't fully fit. See how Tim Horan reads the play, and that's try number 3 for the Reds. And one feels if Transvaal are going to level this game, which is about all they can do, they're going to have to score within the next half minute. Trying to get the scrum going forward, so it starts to go forward now. Johan Rood darts once again, and Johan Rood does it for the home side.
A great scrum by the Transvaal pack here. Johan Rood picking up. He saw one thing, and that's a try line. Good try for Johan Rood in the Transvaal.
Back for Gregan, and Howard again. Stepping out of trouble. Finnegan. Robinson in support. Big charge by Finnegan. That's the goal line. He got it!
But watch this run, and a beautiful bit of work by Pat Howard. Pat Howard stepping all sorts of trouble there. Gets the ball in, as always, Finnegan in support. Pretty poor defence here by the Otago Highlanders trying to bring him down. But watch him, he turns, swivels, and gets across that line. Watch the ball over.
And again, brilliant take. So Otago now have a platform here. Finnegan comes in to spoil, but they've lost it. Robinson. Noriega, very prominent in the early stages with Caputo. Inside the 22. David Knox. Howard. He's been very elusive. Robinson, the captain.
Brett Robinson got into space after some great work again from Howard. Stood in the tackle and picked up his former teammate. And Robinson knows only one way. Very quick, very determined.
Finnegan in close. Noriega taking in McCormack that time, and also Falanico. Ippolito. Brilliant ball coming back for the Brumbies. That's Langford. Noriega. 118 kilograms at the moment. Brilliant try. Mitch Hardy.
And Noriega, he's been a star close to the line this year. Gets the ball away to Gregan, and a beautifully weighted ball out to Hardy, who's scored a bag full of tries this year for the Brumbies.
5 metres from halfway, ACT territory. Finnegan, Benisi underneath. Robinson there very quickly. Caputo. That's Giffen. Noriega. Ippolito! The flying Ippolito, the former Tongan schoolboy international who played in the World Cup last year for the Tongans.
And anything started by Finnegan has turned into gold here today. First Finnegan, then Robinson, then Noriega, and look at this man go. He can step, and he can also score tries.
Long clearance balls again to the open side. Towed ahead here by the intercept specialist, Mitch Hardy. He did this against Wellington, and this is his second try.
Well, that's great rugby defence.
George Best, eat your heart out.
And what an intercept that is. The beautiful little footer. Takes him out. He's got a lot of pace, Hardy.
And maybe just this pace of the game getting to both forward packs.
He's Brown, straight through. This has to be a try. Vanissi. Finally, Otago get a 5-pointer.
Brown, man, beautiful pace by Brown. Breaks some pretty ordinary defence there, which is unusual from Pat Howard. And positions himself beautifully for George Gregan not be able to get there to make the tackle.
10-metre line, ACT territory. This is Brown. Wilson, no one in front. Superb skills from the fullback. Second try for Otago.
Brown to Wilson, and with a wet ground there, a very good kick, and Wilson gets in under the pace.
England comes in. Gregan. Clever pass inside to Howard. Off he goes. Beautiful pass it was to Noriega.
Stay down, Blue. Down, Blue.
35 metres out. Finnegan. Support from Ippolito. They love this man, Lima. That is a dream finish for Joe Rock.
He's made a special contribution to the Brumbies this year. You wouldn't call him the fastest looking player on the field, but he can always get that last pass away. And here, Fanuki Tau and Lima, but Roth, just fresh and easy, canters like a Brumby in behind the post.
Liam O'Connor couldn't quite get him. They need to really straighten things up here. This is Wilson. Almost intercepted. Randell and Cook outside. Tane Randell. This is England. David Knox comes in. Couldn't get him. Chris England says, I want it.
Well, Randell probably should have let that ball go, and it appeared as if again they would give it up close to the line. Chris England, though, dummying beautifully, as every great forward has that skill in his kit of tricks.
Nick Moore, number 3.
Stay down wide. Down wide.
Marker comes in to lend support.
Back you go. Still on. Bound, Patrick.
89 points scored in the game. 11 tries. This could be number 12. Hardy looking for a hat-trick.
Put this try down to Brett Robinson, creating great pressure on the Otago inside backs then. Hardy following through with a lot of speed and gets yet another try.
After a dreadful start to their Super 12 campaign, the Reds finished with a flourish, beating Auckland at Ballymore and then accounting for both Natal and Transvaal in South Africa to finish on top of the table. But they had their share of luck, especially in their 1-point last-ditch win over Natal.
A little bit lucky is probably an understatement. I think we were very lucky in the end there. The ball definitely went our way, but that was in front of their home crowd in their conditions, and here I think we will have a bit of an advantage, but you know, the game's going to be very close.
Needing a win against Transvaal to earn a Ballymore semi-final, the Reds never looked like losing. A superb defensive performance allied to a brilliant individual effort from halfback Brett Johnston, who just loves playing in South Africa.
I can't put my finger on it, but it's been a good hunting ground for me. The team's been going well the last couple of years over there, so you know, as long as we keep performing, I'll be pretty happy with that.
But the victories came at a price. Jason Little and Damien Smith both injured, Little suffering a broken collarbone and facial injuries that needed 4 hours microsurgery and 90 stitches to repair. Teammates are revelling in the damage to Jason's good looks, offering him auditions in everything from the Hunchback of Notre Dame to the Phantom of the Opera. But his rival Francois Pina has been kinder.
Yeah, I received a fax from him, basically apologising and wishing me a speedy recovery, which was very nice.
Jason's misfortune has been good for one man, his old mate Tim Horan, who returns to the centres for the first time this season.
I'm fairly excited about it. It's not the way I would have liked to been back in the centres with Jason out. I'd probably prefer to be at fullback and Jason be in the centres, but unfortunately with Jason out, I've got an opportunity there now to try and play well in the centres. But most of all, the team's got to perform well on Saturday night.
The Reds wasted no time getting back to work, training on Monday after a 22-hour flight, but with good reason.
They're a very well balanced side, and unlike Transvaal and Northerns, they're a very good all-round side with very good backs. Northerns and Transvaal predominantly try and play through the forwards and play a power game. These guys will move the ball all over the field, as they did against New South Wales. So, we're just as nervous about this as any other game, and it's probably, honestly, fairly an even money bet.
The Reds have played the best rugby of the tournament in thrashing Auckland at Ballymore, and if they can reproduce that kind of form, watch out Natal.
I think we've built into the finals well. We go back to that first game against Otago, and that was just a disgrace for us, and we're all quite embarrassed about it. But the way we've come back since then has been very satisfying, and now we've got a chance. We're in the semis, 2 more games, and we can win the tournament. But if we falter in either of them, we're gone.
As golfers, the boys from Durban make good rugby players, and they know how to have a good time.
Well, sliced it slightly, but I'm quite happy. It's lined it up for a great second shot in there.
While his boys have been soaking up the pleasures of the Gold Coast this week, Coach Ian McIntosh isn't concerned.
I believe in you play hard, you work hard, but at the same token, we've trained hard yesterday, we're training this morning, we need a break today, but we'll be back to the fields tomorrow to put it in, and also on Friday.
What does worry Natal, though, is the manner of their last 2 losses, clipped on the post by both Queensland and Auckland.
Yeah, Peter, it was a bit of bad luck on our side. Well, the game is 80 minutes, and, it just shows you, if you don't play for 80 minutes, then you don't win the game. And I think Queensland proved that against us, and also Auckland. But, at least we're in the semi-finals now, and it's now do or die, and we're out here to come and win.
Natal have played an exciting brand of football, none better than their trouncing of the New South Wales Waratahs at the Sydney Football Stadium.
I know winning is everything, but I still believe that if you play and you attack the line, that the results will take care of itself.
One of Natal's match winners is madcap winger James Small, now in his 9th season with the Black and Whites. The Harley-Davidson rider with the tattoo may have a wild streak, but he's also part owner of Nino's, a chain of Joburg coffee shops.
Mates of mine have been going for about 8 years. So I've been trying to get in with them for that long, and eventually they've kind of got it up to 6 or 7 stores now and let me buy into the franchise. So we're going places. We've got a good little business going there. We've branching out all around the country. So I'm looking forward to that once the rugby career is finished.
One thing's for sure, Ballymore will be packed and the rugby will be fast and furious. And win or lose, Natal will have lots of fun.
See you later, mate.
Neutral referees for the semi-finals, and Mr. O'Brien had the Super 10 final at Ellis Park last year between Queensland and Transvaal. So it's a good start by the Reds, and we welcome viewers all over the world, right throughout Europe, South Africa and New Zealand, to this Super 12 semi-final at Ballymore. A crowd of over 25,000 in. And the first line out with Michael Foley, formerly from the Gordon Club in Sydney. Soaring jump there by Morgan. Queensland now inside the 22. Flatley. Horan with his first touch. This is Ben Tune. Now Natal has to regroup. Referee playing advantage. It'll be a penalty.
Offside at the ruck.
And coming inside the first 60 seconds.
Well, an immediate impact there by Ben Tune. What an aggressive winger he is. A beautiful switch ball by Tim Horan. And with a clash out there tonight, Small and Tune. It'll be fantastic.
Foley and Morgan also spot on in the line out, getting the ball right at the top of the jump. Horan just showing that flair that says welcome back and welcome home to the inside centre position, Tim Horan, on your birthday.
So John Eales sets himself. The ball placed just inside the 22. Dan Crowley's had some running repairs. There he is in the background. A nervous start. A real cannon, that one.
Tin cans flying there over the years in test matches, but O'Brien, very strong referee.
So good scrum engagement. Honey ball here. Hubert in. This is Muir. Van der Westhuizen. And the tries awarded. It was a rehearse move on the short side. And Kobus Van der Westhuizen, the Natal camp, elated with that start.
Well, Natal has struck back in the best way possible, throwing the ball wide. What's this kick? Getting in there. Kobus, hand on ball. That's a certain try.
Muir sent a nice pass out wide. This is Thompson. Grasped by Tune. Kevin Putt continues short side. There's no fullback. And Natal with the front running. Honeyball! Wilson there saving the day. 2-on-1 there. So close to another 5-pointer.
Look at these two greatly matched sides. Just the moment when it looks like Queensland set up a wonderful attack, that defensive Natal cranks in and they make the breakaway. It was a beautifully weighted kick. Honeyball was there, just the shoulder charge, which is legal. David Wilson doing a great job.
7-3 line-out count for the Reds. And Atherton again. Ollie LaRue coming round to sweep. Andrews now in possession, number 5. Slipping it back here for Allen. They're finding holes in the Queensland defence. It's only 15 metres out. Coming in now is Andrews at scrum half to Honeyball. Atherton. They're just controlling it at the moment. Joubert wrapped up by 3 Queenslanders. Herbert into Morlett. Down it goes to a ruck.
Let it come. Go back.
Here comes the big man, Allen. Tackled by Morgan. Honeyball. Muir. Almost there. Try. Van Heerden. Vickers Van Heerden crashes over in the corner. And Natal hits double figures.
Well, that's great advantage by referee Paddy O'Brien. Queensland had offended. But Natal continue on here. Muir pops it up. And Van Heerden.
It just kept plugging away. It's brilliant attack. It's great ball retention. It's good refereeing. It's a great try.
Andrews jumping at the front. Got a hand to it. Picked up by Atherton. The tall timber doing well again. Small! What a bust! Thompson and Small. Tune comes there. Natal, try. Second one for Van der Westhuizen. Queensland split wide open by James Small. And finished off by the long-haired flyer.
Well, Kobus Van der Westhuizen. What a finish to a beautiful break by James Small. He just left that Queensland defence for dead. And what's the chip? The right option at the time. Queensland trying to cross Ben Tune. Struggling to get to the ball. But Van der Westhuizen gets in there. It's a beauty.
Engage. Get it in hard, get it in.
Kevin Putt feeding.
Stay number 8. Take a stay.
And he's got a big open side here. He's away from Kefu. Oh, if he'd passed to Small, he would have scored. A try goes banging.
Oh, Kevin Putt wants to star up the Hong Kong Sevens. Those skills coming out there. What a beautiful break from the scrum. Kefu was left in his wake. The ball there was a ball out to Small, would have got him across the line, opted for the kick.
So Queensland heaving some heavy sighs after that let off. And a bad mistake, though, as a man in front of the kicker.
Be interesting to hear John Connolly's remarks at half-time. This side has shown they're able to respond, but they've just got no flow. Natal have not let them off the hook. When they've broken out in numbers. They've retained possession. They've kept this Queensland side dry of attacking opportunities.
Back it comes to Teichmann. Putts outside. Joubert. He's away again. Another try for Natal. They're fourth. And they're making a mockery of this Queensland defence at the moment.
Well, a despairing tackle by Tim Horan. It's such a rarity to see him miss a tackle like that. And that let Joubert through. Teichmann to putt. And watch Horan just gets himself out of position. And Joubert, he just rolls in there.
The old numbers game, 3-on-1. Teichmann, putt, and also Joubert. And you can't give him room on the outside. Tim Horan covered 2 inside. This man is clever.
And there's Atherton again. Well, Atherton and Andrews could well be the Springbok locks later in the Tri-Nation series. They've really turned it on tonight. And the Natal pack again splintering the Queenslanders. Putt wants it now. Good line for the inside pass to Fivey, lost it. Referee plays advantage. Horan. Away from Honeyball. The Reds get outside the 22. This is Kefu. Brilliant tackle by Atherton. And offside play by the outside men. Thompson was penalised.
I think the crowd appreciating that penalty from Paddy O'Brien. The defence of Natal, though good, has been just kept creeping and creeping as Queensland trying to hit out.
So Natal has had some heartbreaking losses this season, and that's an amazing kick, bouncing into touch, just 5 metres out. But when they've won, they've been big margins.
Mixed emotions there for the crowd. If that ball had stayed in field, Mandrusiak would have been the villain. It goes out, he's the hero.
Volley! Great work there by big Garrick Morgan, and that gives the Reds some hope.
Crowd to their feet. The tight men have taken over. Morgan and Foley working in concert. Great stuff. It may just be the thing that can fire up a revival of this tired-looking Reds team. Queensland have got a lot of work to do. John Connolly reminding them 2 converted tries is all that it takes. Now they've got to be able to make contact with the opposition before they release the ball.
And what a fine kick that was by Connors, but a quick line out taken by Putt, ever alert. Joubert following. Horan couldn't take it. Joubert! It's his second try! Amazing start after the kickoff. It came from absolutely nothing. And has that torpedoed the Reds out of the Super 12 in 96.
Well, a little bit of suspicion about the ball coming off some hands here. Let's have a close look. The ball comes off. Horan goes forward. It looks fair to Joubert. Joubert on the spot. Daniel Herbert couldn't get him.
Honeyball and Thompson. Grasped beautifully there by Horan. This is Wilson. Will we see a revival here from the Reds? Connors. Back for Johnston and Flatley. Horan wants it. Cut out to Herbert. Plenty of support out there for Natal. James Small here's back. This is Joubert. Herbert dives for it. There's great urgency now from the Reds.
Well, Queensland must need to play for the try here. They can't go for the penalty, I don't think.
Here they go. Flatley. He's only 5 metres out. Connors is there. Referee plays advantage. It was lost ahead there by the big number 8.
Crowley at tight head's been having an outstanding game for Queensland, but doing things that he shouldn't have to, such has been the attacking variations of Natal.
Stay off him, stay off him.
Ollie LaRue getting a good hit on him that time. Very close here for Connors. Johnson screaming for it. Foley. Natal players offside. Referee plays advantage. Penalty try.
James Small was away, but he's been pulled back. Queensland, another opportunity here in the crowd on Forex Hill. They're going crazy, and here come the cuts at the Natal players.
Paddy O'Brien, he's saying that the whole of the Natal backline was offside, the whole of the movement. But still, their defence has been such that there's no great surety that Queensland would have scored the try. But he said right from the move, right from the base of the ruck, where the Natal backline was offside, not giving Queensland the opportunity to move the ball wide.
Creaser comes on for his 10th match this season. No one wanted it there for Natal. The ball was lost forward by the black and whites.
Lost forward by white. Yeah, hey, hold on.
The crowd roaring. There was a hand used by the front row as the ball came back out of the tunnel. The referee's saying he missed it. The crowd didn't, but every good front rower has done that subtly once in their lifetime. In a game like this, it can be crucial.
Stay there.
So 12.5 minutes to go. 11 points the deficit for the Reds. Tune absolutely creamed that time by Honeyball. Queensland has won 24 rucks to 4 in the second half. That was one they wanted. Dangerous bounce. Number 3, Van der Westhuizen. And that surely catapults Natal to the final of Super 12.
Well, Mandrusiak, he was caught in no man's land. And Van der Westhuizen was there to score yet another try.
The caboose is loose. The ball went up. It was beautiful. It really tasted Mandrusiak. He had to get it to bounce properly. And look at this man go. He's just loving it here at Ballymore. So I'm sure all at home in Natal are doing exactly the same thing.
Thompson has scored 6 tries this year. Tapped down there by Putt. I think the referee missed it. This is Teichmann, Van der Westhuizen and Muir with Thompson now to get number 7 in the Super 12 for him.
Well, the referee unsided then.
I don't think he was sided, Gordon. Or Simon, he's just saying that the ball went straight down. It didn't go forward. And he reached his hand out for it. Just have a watch. Comes back inside. He reached out for it. Went down like a basketball pass and then back up. Look at the support lining up on the inside. They sheared back against the defence. They drew in Carozzo, which left Thompson outside unmarked.
Natal now in good shape for the final. Will it be in Auckland or will it be in South Africa? This is Tune. Thompson the tackler. Wilson, who's been one of the Reds' best tonight. Foley, Mandrusiak. Foley cleans out. This is Daly. Caught by Allen. Another great defender in the Natal side. Flatley now. Connors outside. Flatley steps beautifully. 7 metres from the goal line. Crowley. Connors there. So is Daly. Now Johnson wants it. Horan. Tim Horan. A consolation for the Reds. 3rd try for Queensland, but it's far too late.
Surely consolation, as you can see Tim Horan's face. Not what you want for your birthday, a result like this. Flatley cut back in because they were closed out wide. Good support here from the tight 5, who've been great all night. Firstly Crowley, then Foley. The ball worked wide again. And once Horan was into space, it was shut the gate. He went wide and then cut back in.
So Natal, who've had some heartbreaking losses this year, losing in injury time over the past fortnight in their matches against Auckland and Queensland, have come back with a vengeance here. Connors, so close. Morgan is there. Back for Johnson now. Horan. Here comes Herbert. This is Foley. Loose pass.
We get another chance here for the Queensland Reds. They'll pack another scrum down.
Look at this Natal defence, though. Hold on. Queensland desperate to get across the line to save some face. Referee blowing it up. Well done, Natal.
And and they have springboarded into the Super 12 final. This really was a consummate team performance by this outstanding Natal team.
So away we go in the second semi-final of the Super 12. Taken immediately by Brook, and Lomu's in the play immediately. As Tonu feeds Stensness inside his 22, they decide to move it. This is brave stuff early on. Joali Vindiri, one of the star players in the Super 12. Adrian Cashmore in possession. And an interesting start to the game by the Auckland Blues. Decision not to kick it, but they've lost the ball forward. Now here's a prime attacking position for Auckland. Zinzad takes it open side. Now Dylan Nika, big strong number 6. Tanu'u, change of direction. Namo. Good smothering tackle there made by Schutbecker. Number 7 for Northern Transvaal. Tanu'u, prodigious pass again from Junior Tanu'u. Here's a chance, Adrian Cashmore. Support is there with Ronnie Clark. Just can't make the pass. Clark still on his feet. He's almost home. And yes, try given. Sean Fitzpatrick gets the first try of the semi-final. Well, this game's all about following up. Adrian Cashmore followed up Joali Vindiri. He had good support here from a Ronnie Clark. The tackle was made. He just couldn't quite get it in field. Then Clark struggled his way towards the line. Who was there? But the veteran, over 300 first-class games, Sean Fitzpatrick tried to Auckland. Yanni Kruger restarting for Northern Transvaal. Auckland have the early advantage. The Fitzpatrick try. Now Tanu into Lomu. Hasn't been involved much in recent games. They've obviously had a big talk about now Dylan Nika. Good pass away to Stensness. Here's an opportunity. Clark. Cashmore, Vindiri. He's got a ton of pace. Vindiri, and what do they say? No. Touch and goal. Back we go to the 22. Joali Vindiri so close, and he had players inside in support too. Andres Truscott, beautifully taken again. Ackerman having quite an impact. Yanni Kruger. Jonah sails across to Cashmore. Room to move here. Cashmore. Good run here, Adrian Cashmore. He's got a heap of support. Fitzpatrick inside the 22 again. Charles Rickerman carried it on. They're only 10 metres short. Tanu'u. Stensness. Mika diving, but come back.
Yes, Northern's desperately hanging on here. They're showing a lot of courage in defence, but Auckland are just doing things at such pace the defence can't get organised.
Auckland just out from the 22. Tanu'u under a lot of pressure here. Lomu. Really getting involved in the game today, Jonah. 5 metres out from the 22, they set it. Zinzan, big fend. Tremendous play, Stensness. Auckland fired up. Tanu'u, they're lined out, they must score. Namu, and Cashmore gets it. That's try number 2 for the Auckland Blues. You could see this try coming a mile away. They had 3 or 4 men overlap. Johnny Namu drew the last man in. Cashmore is in. Vindiri is not needed, and that's try number 2. Sean Fitzpatrick scored the first try in the game. Great lead by Rickelman. Now Andrew Blowers, who's made such a big impression in the Super 12. Robin Brook looks well recovered from his leg injury. Handed back for Tanu'u. Stensness sees the gap. Beautiful pass to Namu, Try number 3. It just keeps coming from Auckland. Lee Stensness sees the gap. He's got tremendous acceleration, Lee Stensness. And then he floated a beautiful pass to Namu. And he got across for another one. 11 metres in Auckland territory. Kruger. Ruben Kruger stayed out there. Away to Van Straten. Van der Westhuizen on the wing. Got the pass away. Richter couldn't hang on. They blowed a try. Van der Westhuizen did extremely well. Only 2 players in the Northern backline are still in their original position. Shadi Kruger and Hannes Venter. Van Rensburg was supposed to be on the wing in this game. He's now fullback. Robin Brook, controlled by the Auckland forwards. Now Tanu'u, Stensness. Lomu in space. Lomu on Van Rensburg. That's 1 out of the road. That's 2. He's almost there. He is there. Another top try for Jonah Lomu.
What a great covering tackle it was from Van der Westhuizen. And the only question to be asked here was the 2 movements. We'll have a look when we see the replay.
Auckland creating space out to the left. The long pass to Lomu. You had all the time in the world to gather it in. Theo van Rensburg, he put play to him fairly readily. Now number 14 is Jos van der Westhuizen. He's held, he rolls. Well,
that's 2 movements to me.
Yeah, I think so. Wayne Eriksson said no. Let's try again.
Yes, he definitely got back up onto his knee to score that try. I think that's bad luck for Northern Transvaal there, but to my way of seeing that, that's an error of judgment.
Big prize at the end of this game if Auckland can win it. They'll play Natal here at Eden Park next weekend in the Super 12 final. Natal victors last evening over Queensland. Breakdown in midfield. Hacked ahead by Yanni Kruger. Cashmore frees up Vindiri, Auckland's top try scorer in the tournament. Now he's fired it away. Chance here for Northern Transvaal. Completely against the run of play.
Well, one can't criticise Cashmore's counter-attack there. It was really on, but a pass went to air instead of to hand, and the covering tackle should have been made. But that'll give Northerns some heart, and I guess that's justification for Lomu's try, Graham.
Well, Lee Stensness had the opportunity to make the tackle, and he couldn't do that. Stensness. Now Van Rensburg. Cashmore covered it well. Auckland backs Cashmore. He's got Vindiri. Here's a chance. Another one for Joeli Vindiri. Oh, that's pretty cheeky. Robin Brook, in fact. Can you believe it? Robin Brook gets the try. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before.
Oh dear. Obviously Joeli thought Robin Brook was calling for the ball when he was really just signalling him to get round behind the post.
Just have a look at this, the cheek of the bloke. He does all the hard work with his pace. And he stops for a bit of a look. Robin Brook is in field. Now, he's in the in-goal area here, remember. And Michael Jordan pass across to Robin Brook. Heavens above. Ruben Kruger might have been a little bit hard done by there. The Brook brothers. Beautiful bust by Namu. He's got Clark. Didn't use him, though. Centre field, 22-metre line. Tonu'u, Stensness to Lomu. De Toit misses the tackle. So simple for Big Jonah. Well, the first one-on-one confrontation, and Lomu goes straight past his opposite number. Stensness down the blind side. Now Lomu, this is the first opportunity really he's had to run at the new man. Davy Du Toit passed him in a flash, and Jonah Lomu has Auckland's 6th try of the afternoon. Van der Westhuizen stolen by Tonu'u. Junior Tonu'u.
Murray, you're right down there. You might just give us an opinion on that Auckland scrum. Did that create that opportunity?
In fact, I was so close to it, I could feel it. It was an extraordinary situation because it looked like the Auckland front row pulled the forwards aside and said, let's put real pressure on these guys. They tried and they couldn't do it. It was really interesting to see the Northerns front row handle the situation, but there was such intensity there, the scrum started going sideways. And of course, as it moved sideways, the ball slithered out, and Junior Tonu'u, of course, was just sitting there saying, yes, please, that's what I've been waiting for.
The kick is not out. Lomu gets it this time. That's the end of Du Toit. Craig Dowd. Robin Brooke had a fine all-round game. Space out wide. Vinderi on Van Rensburg. He stuck with him though.
Well, that's a great effort from Van Rensburg. I thought that was a try for all money. He really shadowed him well, so that he couldn't really get the head-on charge into him.
Andres Truscott. Won by Mika. Look at the space these guys have got. Cashmore. He's got Vinderi. Such an expert finisher normally, Joali Vinderi. Admittedly, the pass wasn't that easy, but he's pulled a few difficult ones in this season. Cashmore set him up. Pass was a wee bit high, perhaps. Craig Dowd drags one down. Fitzpatrick still in there leading the charge. Stensness. Clark. Cashmore. Vinderi. Goodbye. Joali Vinderi. That's a beautiful try. Talk about poetry in motion. Ronnie Clark makes the initial bust here, straight into the gap. But there's still a bit of work to be done. Adrian Cashmore floats a super pass into the path of Joali Vinderi, and the speedster goes in for his 8th try in the Super 12. 5 metres on the Auckland side at halfway. It's a bit of a shambles at the moment. Lomu's going to get it. Oh, that's a beaut punch. What a beauty. Will it go out? Oh, no. Guess what? I've got to go back about 80 metres.
Yes, incredible bad luck there.
That is it. And that is one of the most emphatic performances you'll see on a New Zealand rugby field. Northern Transvaal have been taken apart here this afternoon by the Auckland Blues, led by Zinzan Brooke. 8 tries they scored and have overpowered the Blue Bulls of Northern Transvaal by 48 points to 11. And so the grand final of the Super 12 will be between the Auckland Blues and Natal.
There's the trophy, the Super 12 trophy, up for the grabs for the very first time. Auckland, the Auckland Rugby Union, they host just about every trophy there is to win in this part of the world. That one is up for grabs today.
So there is the Natal lineup. No changes from the side that started against Queensland at Ballymore 7 days ago. And number 6, Wickes Van Heerden, left the field during that game, but he's back fit and ready for the big final. Auckland were outstanding last week, and it started with the front 5 and filtered right back through the whole team. And the Auckland Blues captained, as usual, by number 8, Zin Zandbrook. Wayne Erickson from Australia is the referee for the Super 12 final, assisted by 2 Australians, Scott Young and Peter Marshall. Play is underway in the Super 12 semi-final at Eden Park, and Henry Honeyball gets us going. The Natal Sharks have the advantage of the breeze in the first half, so they do have the elements on their side. Junior Tanu'u up for Jonah Lomu, so the same tactic as last week, getting Lomu involved very early. And we'll go to the first scrum, and Natal will have the put-in.
That looks pretty intensive down there. Auckland immediately starting to take it straight at Natal, and the tackles were firm. Murray, I wonder how that feels that close to it.
Murray Mexted is our man on the sideline this afternoon. We'll make contact with Murray very shortly. Tremendous din down there. He mightn't have heard us, Laurie. So the early sorting out in the scrums. And the free kick awarded by Erickson, quickly taken by Kevin Putt. Gets it away to Wayne Fivey, who's number 7. 15 metres out from the 22, Putt again. The kick made by Gary Teichmann, not too bad either. Cashmore in after it. He's challenged, and back for Tanu'u. And the early pressure coming from Natal.
Well, this is that real intensive period of the game, Grant, where these teams are sorting each other out. And there's a lot of fizz in that Natal side, and the speed the players are moving off the mark in that first 5 yards show that they're really keen and on the job. And Auckland, by the same thing, they've been on the back foot, but the intensity is there in their defence.
Just 3 in the line out for Natal. Andrews, magnificent take. Honourable to Dick Muir. Fivey takes it at pace. They're 15 metres out from the line. Close to being on centre field, Honourable. Big, strong, first 5'8". 12 metres out from the Auckland Blues line. And another put in for Natal.
Great position for Natal. Good defence, good play on both sides. Fivey did extremely well to hang on to that ball in Zin Zandbrook's tackle. But Natal have the opportunity here. I would imagine they're going to come right. And there's a big gap in behind Jonah Lomu that they could well be looking to explore. Tanu'u has come across now to cover it. But just the way Joubert and Honeyball are lining up, I'm pretty sure they'll expose that right-hand side.
Early problems in the scrum. Big, tough front rows. Adrian Garvey, Ollie LaRue against Craig Dowd and Olo Brown. Here they go, blindside. Teichmann to Putt. Back in field to Teichmann. Auckland Blues read it well, though. It's there for Natal. Putt away for Muir. Van der Westhuizen looked as though he was marginally in front. Yes, he was.
Yes, he was never going to get round Vanderi anyway. But they're having a go.
Caboose Van der Westhuizen scored 3 tries against Queensland last week. One of the features of this game was the battle on the wings. James Small against Jonah Lomu. Caboose Van der Westhuizen against Joeli Vanderi.
Yes, Murray, when he's ready, Grant may be able to give us an indication as to the intensity down there.
Ronnie Clark trying to bust through a midfield, 10 metres. Auckland Blues territory. Rickelman hands it back. First touch really for Auckland in the game. Lomu for Cashmore. Makes it to the 22, Adrian Cashmore. Snapped up by Craig Dowd. Auckland's first real attacking opportunity in this game. Now Tanu'u. Spencer away for Clark. Lomu plays halfback. Now it's a question of freeing the ball up. They don't have to. They get the penalty.
Yes, the referee certainly speaking to the players at every one of those breakdowns, and he gave 3 warnings to Black to roll out of the way, and someone must have been wrapped over that ball and didn't or couldn't get off it, hence the penalty. Great play by Craig Dowd there. The ball gets moved wide out to Lomu, back into Cashmore, and Craig Dowd, your loose head prop, first on hand to pick it up and drive in and commit a bit more of the defence. Crucial to Auckland's chances today that front row fires and gives them some dominance in that area.
First scoring opportunity of the Super 12 final. Adrian Cashmore.
It's an indication also, Grant, the way both of these teams play, that while the wind will be some advantage for field position, which either team playing into it is going to give that ball some air and give it a go.
So Auckland on the board early after 6 minutes play. Lee Stensness on the sideline this afternoon. He enjoys that though, as the Auckland Blues take the lead by 3 points to 0. 3 points to 0. It's the Auckland Blues ahead.
Let's go!
Fitzpatrick looks for Brooke, cleverly tapped back by Fitzpatrick. Away for Namu. Taken by Teichmann. That's the halfway line. Craig Dowd getting involved early in this game. Charles Rickelman. The Tau player lying prone there, near halfway. It's Mark Andrews. Away for Lomu. Now here's a chance on Hubert. Lomu. Another super try by Jonah Lomu. He had plenty of work to do, and he did it.
Yes, we have a look through this. He was given space well, all in the tackle, and he had just too much room for Joubert. He's able to add him to stop him and off him, and when you get that situation, he's going to break tackles. Maybe Andre Joubert may have been better off to just keep his angles and keep driving into Jonah and not by the instep. When you get beaten on the outside by a man like Lomu, it's curtains. He's going to score. If you make him come back in, maybe some of the cover could have picked him up then.
$15 out from the 22. Tanu'u for Spencer. Lomu. No, it's Namu. They 5 out from the 22. They're right in centre field here. Tanu'u. Oh, lovely move with Spencer. Michael Jones. Auckland's continuity is quite outstanding so far. Spencer. Beautiful pass. Vindiri. Away for Cashmore. Cashmore tries to run around Atherton. Blowers was very close. Auckland get the try. John Namu has scored it. Blowers was there too. Marvellous sequence of play again by the Auckland Blues.
Yes, again it was made by the tight five. They just thrust and drove straight up through the middle, moved it out to the left-hand flank, again drove in, one quick ball and right across the back line, and again they had numbers there. Carlos Spencer's pass missed about 3 people, but they had the numbers out there to finally get over for the try.
Good thrust by Adrian Cashmore. Now have a look at Andrew Blowers here. He almost gets there. As he is tackled, he has to put it down, but he gets up on his feet, picks it up again, and then John Namu is there too, and the two of them drive over together, and Blowers it is who scores the try. Hannibal. Awkward one for Cashmore, but he's done well to get to it, and penalty given though by Wayne Erickson, a late charge, and so he goes to where the ball landed, and here is a good scoring opportunity for Natal. Have a look at the kick here from Hannibal, and he was charged too by Andrew Blowers.
It's interesting, Natal are just not getting enough sequence of ball. Again, it's that Auckland type five, just hitting all the second phase so decisively with the body position that they're dominating the flow of ball, and it's Natal that are having to scramble it into touch and give Auckland the throw-ins, and hence they're making all the play.
And Natal are on the board. It's taken them 20 minutes to get there. Henry Hannibal kicks the penalty goal, and it's 13 points to 3. Wayne Fivey claims it for Natal. 2 tries to 0. The Auckland Blues lead. Ollie LaRue charges on. Now number 4, Steve Atherton. Getting a few more players into the game. Hannibal, clean break. Now where's the support? Muir's looking to get in position. Hannibal was absolutely isolated. He was looking around. There was nobody home. Now they've got it. Away for Garvey. Big lock foot prop forward out there. Here's trouble. Lama will go all the way here. Unless Small can run him down. Teichmann's made a great chase. What a terrific tackle. And Carlos Spencer gets the try. What a thrilling try. But full marks to 1 or 2 players who chased, including Gary Teichmann. But at the end of the day, it was a try to Carlos Spencer.
Well, that's incredible. Marvellous try for Auckland, but Natal should have scored there. I think it was Thompson that had been held back when Honeyball made the break. He was held back in midfield and wasn't there to support Honeyball when otherwise he may have been. But then a careless pass as Natal continued the attack, left that ball sitting up for Lomu, and that's a very severe lesson for them to learn. But why Lomu just didn't pin his ears back and go for the corner, I'm just not sure, because he had the pace and the angle. I think he would have made it on his own.
Tanu'u working moves already inside their own half. Up for Vindiri, hasn't seen much of the play. Most of it's come out left to Jonah Lomu in the early stages of the game. For John Namu. Everything working well for Auckland. The passes are sticking. Brook into a big gap. Now it's kick and chase. Who's got the legs? James Small wins the race, and we're back to the 22. Across field they go. Into the arms of Namu. Clark makes a couple of metres for Auckland. Now Tanu'u. Defence looks a little bit flimsy out wide. It gets there now for Lomu. Scragged to the ground by James Small.
Back you go. Take it back, please.
He's just getting a little bit testy there. Lomu was involved. James Small.
Well, James Small did a fine job then. He got in the inside of Jonah Lomu, and instead of overcommitting himself too soon, made sure he got a decent hang onto his jersey before he committed himself to the tackle or went off his feet. But at least he was able to contain him.
Puck feeds it in field to Teichmann, who was down injured just a minute or so ago. And I don't think the Natal boys are very happy with what happened to Teichmann on the ground. Hannibal gets into the gap. Now, can they make something out of this? You bear, and he'll go in under the post. That's a super try for Natal.
Oh, magnificent interplay. Magnificent interplay between the 5/8s. Let's have a look at this again. While Joubert and Vindiri sort themselves out under the post, I can't imagine Andre Joubert getting into trouble. He's a thorough gentleman.
Well, look at this for a move, though. Absolutely superb. Hannibal has been one of the outstanding figures in this game, and he found big space. It was a question of who would score the try, and Hubert's got all the pace in the world. He can score tries. He scored 11 of them in the competition. That's his 12th.
They seem to be taking so cleanly and so easily on their own ball. Look at that perfect precision ball.
Brilliant take by Andrews. Hannibal back for Teichmann. Turns it in for Van Heerden. There seems to be good communication between the loose forwards. Working well. Hannibal again. Well and truly shut down. And it looks like he might turn this over too. He was turned the wrong way. Auckland, Cashmore. Well held by James Small over there. Well out of position. But makes a telling tackle. And another penalty goes Natal's way.
Tough call by Mr. Erickson on that stage, but he was dead right. Ronnie Clark was definitely on his knees trying to play that ball like a loose forward.
Yes, the referee's making a point of telling the players that there's too many mistakes being made at the tackle. And that's good, because we want to see their ball freed up to continue play at the tackle. Just, Murray, again, I give a comment here that Natal, when they win good quality first phase ball, they look much more likely to do something from the set play than perhaps Auckland do at this stage. They're more relying on getting the roll going forward and performing their tricks from second and third and fourth phase play.
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, Natal look very dangerous from set play, don't they? Whereas, as you say, it's right. When Auckland have the ball, they manage to keep it in control, and they charge and smash and bash, and then they create an extra man, a third, fourth phase type of deal. But Natal look like they can do it from first phase, so it's just a matter of which team's going to score the most tries in this game.
Well, just look at that scoreline, 20 points to 16. And at one stage, 20 minutes ago, the Auckland Blues led by 20 points to 3.
I remember after Auckland's third try, I think there was about 10 or 11 minutes to go in this half, and I made the point that if Natal weren't able to get up and score a try by half-time, they were probably not going to believe that they could win this game. And my word, they've shown just what a class act they are by coming back with those 10 points in pretty quick succession.
Hope you're enjoying this match on Sky, also Mnet in South Africa, Fox Sport in Australia, Sky B in Britain. The Super 12 final from Eden Park in Auckland. It's turning out to be a thriller. We've got just a minute to go till half-time, and the Auckland Blues lead by just 4.
It's interesting, Grant Murray's comments on the line out, and I just reinforce those. What a magnificent pair of jumpers you've got, that the majority of the time you throw ball to them, you get beautiful, clean two-handed ball to do what you want with.
Andrews pulls in another one. Superb timing. John Allen has to play his part too, the hooker. Here's Van Heerden. They've taken it outside the 22 by 10 metres. Putt for Hannibal, the danger man. He's turned into the danger man. Now James Small. Seem to be playing with a lot more confidence now, Natal. They're very much back in the end. That was an awkward pass, and he couldn't pull it in and knocked it on.
Yes, I'd like to have another look at that. That may have been a harsh call on Natal. Perhaps it's just as well it's blown up for half-time, but what a fascinating half we've seen.
Fantastic first 40 minutes of this game. Auckland have scored tries through Lomu, Blowers and Spencer, and Natal have come back quite dramatically in the final 15 minutes of the half, and at the break the Auckland Blues lead by 20 points to 16. Now, set to go. Second half. Super 12 final. Eden Park, Auckland. As the Auckland Blues lead by 20 points to 16. Kevin Putt away for Hannibal. What a wonderful first half Henry Hannibal had. Auckland fancy their chances of getting this one back by the looks of things. Referee can see it, and away it comes. John Namu. Auckland would have been given a good rack up at half-time by Graham Henry. And Ronnie Clark! That's a Ronnie Clark special.
That is just such a crucial try to the outcome of this game, and It happened just before that when Honeyball took that ball in and Auckland forwards really poured in at pace. It's what we talked about before half-time, and got the tacklers and the tackle player in their side of the ruck and were able to turn that ball over.
Just too big and too powerful. Ronnie Clark, who scored the vital try a couple of weeks ago against Natal. But he's very much a player in form. Natal didn't make their tackles. Just see how many he goes through here. Through a couple. And there's then another one, 3. And they're all grasping for him. But Ronnie Clark scores the try. Cashmore converts it. And suddenly the margin widens out to 11 points. 27-16. That's a huge punt. Now, Ubeer looks like he wants to attack from this position. Or does he? Yes, he does. Van der Westhuizen. Back for Teichmann. Getting a wee bit of depth on the ball, Natal. They had to get a lot of players back. Ball spills out the side. Crunching tackle by Hannibal. In the meantime, Charles Rickelman. He's played a lot of games as a flanker, but you don't often see a lock forward sprinting away to score a try. Incredible.
Yes, there's a fair debate going on there, but down there between Teichmann and Wayne Eriksson. Natal are claiming that that was a ruck and the ball shouldn't have been picked up. Wayne Eriksson's decision was that it wasn't.
Well, Rickelman actually sold a dummy there to Ronnie Clark. It's Atherton. John Allen. Strong charge by the hooker for Natal. Garvey carries it on. Goal line's only 5 metres away. They still want to keep charging. Now it's back for Allen to free it up for Honeyball. Muir.
The key to this defence is the speed with which Auckland are regrouping around the fringes.
There it is again. Ubeer has it. Almost at the line with Kevin Putt. A bit of trouble here.
Yes, both sides are really fizzing. Kevin Putt was getting very frustrated at interference as he tried to get a quick tap kick in, and I guess he had reason to.
He wants to talk to number 10, that's Carlos Spencer.
Yes, he wants to be careful here because that's the sort of thing we've seen penalty tries dished out for, and Auckland certainly don't want to do that just at the moment. With the great defence they've had, they don't want to be giving away a penalty try. Very strong talking being done to Carlos Spencer there. I didn't see the intricacies of what happened, but the referee's certainly not impressed by it.
Well, penalty tries have played a big part in this tournament. In fact, one of the better trivia questions, I guess, about this tournament is who's the leading try scorer. It's a fella called penalty tries. Scored 15 of them. So here they go, Natal. Teichmann getting very close to the line. Can he get it down? It's held up. Now Garvey has a go at the line. He can't get it down either. Auckland hanging on. Putt. And that's offside. Is it a penalty try or not? No.
What a incredible defence.
Fyvie has a go at the line. Can they crack it? Honourable. Atherton must score. James Small, they get it finally. They couldn't crack it in the middle. They had to get it wide, and James Small gets his 13th try of the tournament.
Yes, and Atherton played an important part in that. He got the ball through his hands like a midfield back.
Another one for Andrews. Dupria gets his hands on the ball. Honourable. Oop, Dupria, he's in terrible trouble here. And Auckland have it through Robin Brooke. Auckland are so efficient from these positions. Here's an intercept, offside though. Offside against James Small.
James Small doesn't quite believe that. Very difficult one for us to read here.
Yeah, I think the Auckland crowd like it. It's quite marvellous, isn't it, to hear an Auckland crowd singing to the tune of this game. It's so lively.
Well, he would have been away. He still had a long way to go, but he's got a ton of pace, James Small. And there's a new man on the field for Auckland as well. That's Joeli Vandiri, but Jason Chandler is out there. Charles Rickelman is the man who's left the field. He looked to be struggling with perhaps a shoulder or an arm injury. In the meantime, though, it is Adrian Cashmore for Auckland. Regulation kick, extra 3 points. 35-21, and 16 minutes gone in the second half.
Well, for those that had some fears that the final may not have been able to come up to second semi-final standard have been proved wrong. This has been a tremendous game.
Here's Michael Jones, assisted by Andrew Blowers, player who's made giant strides during the Super 12. Craig Dowd takes it on. Tonu'u to Spencer. Room here for Lomu running on the right wing. Auckland mixing it up with Lomu and Vandiri. Tonu'u. Zinzan Brook. Jones. Tonu'u. Good tackle from behind by Hubert. Auckland down to 14 at the moment. Blowers has left the field. Garvey tries to flick it across, an offside play. Well, in fact, it was playing the ball on the ground. Injury problems for Natal as well. Now here's Lomu running on the right wing. So they are mixing it up, Laurie.
Yes, they are, and it's good to see Jonah getting around the paddock looking for some work. But it's just crucial how Jonah, when he goes into those tackles, he still manages to get that vital 2 or 3 metres and set up a going forward ruck for his forwards that are in support. But it's good to see them mixing it up, and you know, both wingers have been looking for work, and more has gone Jonah's way today than Joeli. But that's the bounce of the ball or the run of the play. The intensity hasn't gone out of the Auckland forwards. They certainly are still making their tackles, and their speed around the ground is quite phenomenal. Because I'd say physically it has been a pretty demanding game as well for those forward packs.
Andrew Blowers out of the game at the moment. Wickes Van Heerden is off the park. So Natal have lost Van Heerden and Putt. Dieter Kreis has gone on for Natal.
And isn't the crowd just humming? They sense an Auckland victory here, and they're really enjoying it.
Straight down the middle from Adrian Cashmore. Another penalty goal for him. And 38-21 is the score. And we're halfway through the second half as Charles Reckelman looks on. He's out of the game.
Just a little bit of the rhythm gone, Murray, with the injury losses that they've had.
Yes, I think the halfback first 5 position is absolutely crucial, isn't it? In the middle of a game to make a change like that through injury is a disaster, isn't it, really?
Continuing to move the ball. That's beautiful play. Here's Jeremy Thompson, centre 3/4. They've lost control of it, though.
And didn't Zinzan Brook do that beautifully? Just stripped him of the ball in the tackle.
Robin Brook running like a back. Back into centre field it goes. Dupree going back. Cashmore coming quickly. Oh, where is it? He can force it against the goalpost.
Yes, referee's making his position very clear there. The Auckland players coming in onto that went onto the ground instead of staying on their feet.
So there it is for Dupree. Muir goes in. Van der Westhuizen. Oh, that's a bit high from Robin Brook. Not spotted though. As Ollie LaRue takes it in, and it's another turnover. Here they come.
Didn't look to be the time to kick the ball to me. It was good ruck ball with plenty of support. They should have been keeping possession and going for the corner.
There he is again, taking it up for Natal. LaRue carries it on. Now Dupree. That's the wrong way to go. Try the other way. Honorball. Well, that's not much chop either. Auckland back in possession. Olo Brown has a charge. Auckland turn one over. Doesn't happen very often. Garvey. Chance of an overlap here. Van der Westhuizen tried to flick it back in field. Jones has possession. All over the place. Hubert gets up to make the tackle on Cashmore. Hubert again. Ball loose, and they flail around for it.
Last one.
And Peter Marshall advising Wayne Erickson, and they've come up with a 5-metre scrum.
Yes, good combination between the line umpire and the referee then. The referee acknowledged that he was unsighted as to exactly what happened. It was very hard for us to tell here, but we'll have a look at it now. Hubert just missed that.
We've got Jonah Lomu joining this line-out.
Lomu's in the line-out. Back to Fitzpatrick it goes. Auckland getting a bit cheeky now. Now Lomu has a go. 10 metres out. Can they finish with a flourish? Back for Tanu'u. Spencer. Players to burn. Blowers. Arm in the air. And Andrew Blowers scores what will probably be the final try in this competition.
Well, wasn't that a way to wrap it up? What a magnificent try. They moved Lomu into the line out and then threw it short to Tonu.
Just look at the players out. Once the ball comes back from this ruck, they've all lined up. Lovely pass by Ronnie Clark. Any one of 2 or 3 could have got it. The big victory signal, though, from Andrew Blowers. And that's Auckland's 6th try of the afternoon.
Yes, not so keen on that, but the work was done by Auckland then. Firstly by Sean, ball going back on the blind side to Sean Fitzpatrick, taking that up, committing people to the ruck at that stage, and Robin Brook took it on, or Lomu and Robin Brook took it on to really tie in the inside defence of Natal, and then when the ball was moved wide, they only had just backs to worry about, and Blowers hanging out there for the wingers try. Was always going to create an overlap with the work that had been done close to the ruck.
Celebrations from the Auckland Blues players, why not? It's been another comprehensive performance from them.
Again, it's been just a superb 15-man effort, and certainly this sets the international season up with what is the bulk of the All Black forward pack here in such superb form. One can look ahead very optimistically to the performance of the All Blacks in the upcoming series.
Lovely goal by Cashmore. 45-21. Andrew Blowers got the try. Auckland's 6th today. And this is another look at it. as the big cutout pass came from Ronnie Clark. He's been outstanding this afternoon as well. And Andrew Blowers, he knew 10 metres out that he was going to score it, and he did. Now back live. Lomu has a final fling, but they finally bury him.
Bring it on!
But Zinzan Brook is going to captain the first ever winner of the Super 12. We've got time for this line out. That'll be about it. Robin Brooks had a tough battle today against Mark Andrews. The crowd starting to count down. Atherton reaches up. LaRue has it. Time is up on the clock. Natal hoping to produce something. No, they're going to lose it again. The turnovers have been incredible, but it's a penalty. One last throw of the dice for Natal. LaRue goes for another run. Now Dupria. Honourable. Change of direction. Tonu is leading the charge back. And that will be it. Once the ball's forced, the game will be all over. And it is. Zinzan Brook and the Auckland Blues win the initial Super 12. That is a convincing victory. 45 points to 21.
Yes, just too good. As a team, their total commitment and aggression to this game, knowing exactly what they were doing, set up by a magnificent platform from the tight five and absolutely complemented by the loose forwards on attack and defence. Auckland, at the end of the day, were just too comprehensive, too strong and too precise for Natal. At times, Natal looked as though they could get back into this game and showed their worth as a team, but they just couldn't